Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Pumpkin Picks back with another video, and let's get right to this. Arsenal just lost 0-1 against PSG at home, and this is after Arsenal basically just dominated Real Madrid, the team where PSG star player last year went. So, um, I think a lot of people had Arsenal as the underdogs. I actually had them winning because of how impressive they are, and that PSG bottle job that they do every single year, I think that still haunts them. So maybe it was just the fact that Mbappe being in there was really just toxic energy or something like that. But I don't know. I'm hoping that PSG lose somewhere on this because it's gonna look horrible if PSG go on and win the Champions League the first year that Mbappe is not there. Like something's happening. This dude Mbappe is about to turn 27, zero Champions League, zero Ballon d'Ors, but yeah, whatever. Let's get right to this game. Arsenal 0 and PSG 1. Arsenal were the inferior team, especially in the first half. PSG were working Arsenal. Like this is insane because now the question is how bad were Real Madrid because football tactical level, PSG were dominating Arsenal. Like it wasn't even close. I think David Raya had a pretty good game, and I know Donnarumma had an arguably even better game. But I mean, a lot of PSG. The thing that's the most impressive about PSG is that um, their whole players like they're stacked, and you can finally see it. They're not kind of just relying on this one specific person, and I think that as a team was making them weaker. Now you have every single player. There's a star player in every single position. Marquinhos, he's still really good. You have Hakimi, arguably one of the best left backs or right backs in the world. You have I forgot what the left back of freaking PSG is, but what is PSG's left back? It is Mendes, who's arguably doing a stellar season this year. You have you have Fabian Ruiz, who I actually think was the best midfielder in the Euros. Like people were talking about Rodri and saying that Rodri deserved to win the Ballon d'Or because of his work in the Euros. Fabian Ruiz freaking outdid him. He outshined him that whole entire Euros. Vitinha is killing it. Neves, I don't know much about him to be honest. But you have Doye, who's this dude is a baller. Dembele is a baller, and Kvaratskhelia, whatever his name is, he's a baller. They have ballers, and on top of that, it's not the like one person is putting in a shift for the makeup and making up for another person. Like no, everyone's doing their work. Everyone tactically is good, and as much as dude, I was literally saying that Dembele is the dumbest player I've ever seen, but this year he's showing the potential that we all thought he had when he was 18 years old. So this is just insane. Like what PSG is doing, especially with their history. People want to talk about the history of Real Madrid, but people don't. But you have to realize that their history of PSG of always bottling these big games, it's still there. Like, and it's still gonna be there next game, I think. So PSG tactically were the better team, were the superior team. Arsenal at home. I mean, dude, they had nothing offensively. Offensively, if it wasn't for a set piece, I didn't see Arsenal scoring at all. And yeah, you had that Trossard 1-on-1 with Donnarumma, or it was a half 1-on-1. But yeah, Donnarumma, he came in big when he had to. But besides that Trossard 1-on-1, this team really had nothing. And now the question is, how are they going to look in the away game? Because now they have to score 2 goals. They have to score 2 goals in a stadium that's tricky. with a history that's arguably just as bad as PSG. Let's be honest. Like, yeah, I know Arsenal is more of a historical team, but when it comes to Europe, they're trash. And on top of that, it's not like PSG where this team they had a long history of bottling, but you could say that this generation is a newer generation where with that big loss to Madrid, none of the players are really there. I believe every single player from PSG didn't play in that match because like that was a long time ago. But with Arsenal, they're bottling every single year. Like that's still fresh. So I have to say PSG is probably gonna go through in my books. I don't see Arsenal making it. I thought Arsenal had this was a have to win game for Arsenal, and they lost. So yeah, I mean all that hyping up that they were giving to themselves with beating Madrid 3-0, that's basically nothing now. You guys just wasted your glory, and yeah. But who is the fault? Who's at fault of this match? I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. Look, this is Declan Rice. He has Dembele right here, and then for whatever reason, I think it's because he thinks that Kvaratskhelia is gonna cut inside and potentially shoot it. He goes and he tries to cover that person up. That leaves Dembele 100% free. Like he had no one marking him, and this is the player that was the most on form from the whole PSG team. Like this is the player that offensively you have to worry about the most. And I mean this from this range, shooting and scoring, hitting the ball in this bottom left corner or right corner if you're facing the goal. That's impressive. That is like you're only gonna score this if you're on form and if you're confident in yourself because there's so much timing, there's so much aiming that has to do with this like from this distance of the goal and the box being that crowded. This is a Ballon d'Or goal. I know it could arguably just be considered a tap in if you consider one touch goal from here tap in. Like I don't know, but that was technique, that was striker's instincts, and that was someone on form. Does this put Dembele as the favorite to win the Ballon d'Or? I think if if you're in PSG, you can only win the Ballon d'Or if you win the Champions League, unless you're fucking Messi, you know. But if you're not Messi, you have to win. Not only do you have to win, you have to ball, and he's been balling. You know, I believe he scored in the quarterfinals. He scored it probably against Liverpool. Like PSG did not have a easy road to this freaking cup or to the position they're in right now. So Dembele, arguably with me, it's between Dembele, Rafinha, which is crazy because I think Rafinha's trash, and it's between Lamine Yamal. Those three are the people that are most likely gonna win the Ballon d'Or. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys like these videos and analysis, follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok, Pumpkin Picks. Link is in the bio. And yes, PSG favorites. Arsenal, I think they're done. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Pumpkin Picks out.